If you are someone over 50 who loves to walk, then in today's video I'm going to show you 5 simple stretches that you can use to keep you fit and mobile for as long as possible. If you don't know who I am, my name is Will Harlow and I'm the over 50s specialist physio here at HT Physio in Farnham. And today I'm going to be revealing my 5 favourite stretches for people who love walking. Now we're talking about walkers today. These are people who like to go on long walks, either rambles or hikes, or just people who want to get around the shops with minimal pain. There are many muscles in the body that are involved with walking, and if they become tight, they can pull on their attachments and cause stiffness and pain. So keeping good flexibility of these key muscles is very important to make sure you can walk for as long as possible. Anyway, let's have a look at my 5 favourite stretches now. Before I show you them, it's important to note they're not suitable for everyone, so get checked out before you give them a try. But if they feel comfortable, feel free to do them little and often, and it will help you to walk better and further. So the first stretch that's great for walkers is something called the Tib-ant stretch, and that stands for the tibialis anterior, which is the muscle that lives at the front of your shin. Now this muscle works when we walk because it pulls our toes up. So every time we take a step, it contracts to lift our toes so we don't catch our foot as we walk. So therefore, when we walk, it can get tight. So it's quite a common place to get pain and tightness for walkers, especially if you've gone and done a very long walk, much more than you're used to. To stretch it, it's very simple. All you need to do is sit down somewhere comfortable and you're going to cross your leg up like this just to a comfortable level. Now you're going to use your hand of your opposite side to stretch the leg to be stretched. And all you're going to do, secure the knee, use this hand to come over the top of the foot and pull the foot down as if we're trying to make a straight line between our knee and our toes. Okay, so this should be a straight line. So I'm pulling my foot down into what I call plantar flexion. And if you get the stretch right, you're going to get a tightness coming right up the front here. Now the muscle itself lives here. Most people will feel the stretch lower down. That's fine because the muscle's quite long and you're stretching the tendons as well as the muscle. So you're just going to hold it there for 30 seconds. And at the end of the 30 seconds, you should feel like your ankle is more flexible. I'll show you on the other side. So you bring the leg up like this, secure the knee, hold over the top of the foot and pull down like this. And then you're going to get that pull coming up here. 30 seconds. Try and do this before and after your walk, and it's going to help you walk further and longer with less pain. The second great stretch for walkers is the calf stretch. And the calf is this muscle here. It propels you forward when you walk. And because we use it every time we take a step, it can get tight as time goes on. So let's have a look at this stretch now. So what we need to do is find something to put your hands on. You're going to put one foot behind the other. Keep that heel flat on the floor. Keep the leg straight at the back and bend the front knee. Now what we should do is we should find that there's a stretch down in the calf there if we're getting it right. Once you've found that stretch, you're just going to hold it for about 30 seconds as with all of these stretches. Keep it static, keep it still, and then relax. And then we're going to swap sides. So put the other foot where that one was, go back here. So you've got one foot straight or knee straight at the back, heel on the floor, bend the front knee until you get a stretch. Hold it there for 30 seconds. And then go back to your day. So I would do this again before and after walking. It's a great stretch to help you improve the flexibility of your calf. But there are 2 parts of the calf, so we need a second stretch to get to that next bit. So the third thing I'm going to show you is the soleus stretch. It's very, very similar. We're going to get exactly the same setup. So we have one foot in front of the other like this. But what we're now going to do, instead of just bending one knee, is we're going to bend both knees and bring our weight back onto that leg at the back. So here I'm stretching this part of the calf here, and you can see that all of my weight is on my back leg. I could actually lift the front leg up and I can feel the stretch right down the bottom near the Achilles in the calf. Again, we're going to hold for 30 seconds once we get the stretch, And then we're going to swap sides. And again, bend that back knee, sit back into it, and hold for 30 seconds. It's a lovely way to tackle both aspects of the calf, doing the first bit and then this stretch as well, one after the other. And you'll find that this muscle responds very well to it because it's a walking muscle. It keeps your foot posture in place when you walk. So a very important stretch for walkers. The next great stretch for walkers is the quad stretch. Now your quads are your thigh muscles. They're the ones that contract, keep your knees straight when you walk, and we use them every single time we make a step. So they get tight for walkers because they're using them, and if they don't stretch them, they're going to end up tight over time. So the quads are quite simple to stretch. If you're a mobile walker, you can do this stretch from standing. You just need something to hold on to. We're going to hold on to something for steadiness, keep a good posture, and then we're going to bend one knee at the back, bringing the knee forward. Now we're going to reach down with this hand, hold the shin as close to the ankle as possible, and then just bring that leg back out behind you until you feel a pull at the front of the thigh. Now, if you can see me, you can see I'm quite tight here because I can't get my knees in line without it causing discomfort or without me bending forward. So I need to work on this stretch personally. So what we would do is hold that position just at about a 5 out of 10 discomfort, not a 10 out of 10, but we're going to hold it for 30 seconds. Now don't strain your back when you do this. I find people sometimes lean back like that. Try and keep your spine in neutral. And if you can't get your knees level, don't worry, but we're going to try and get them as close in alignment with each other as we can. 30-second hold, then you're going to swap sides. You'd obviously want something on the other side to hold on to. Bring the leg up, hold near the ankle and bring it back like this. Now, if you can't grab your ankle because your knee is stiff or you have a problem in you're too tight in that muscle, what you can do is you can lasso your ankle with a towel and lift the towel like that and then bring the leg out behind you. That's a good alternative if you can't stretch your muscle in the way I'm showing you. But this is a good stretch to relieve the symptoms of patellofemoral arthritis. So if you have pretty bad kneecaps or bone on bone underneath here, then it can relieve some of the pressure on that patellofemoral joint and improve pain when walking. So that's your fourth stretch. Let's look at stretch number 5, and this is the hip flexor stretch. These are your hip flexors. They live at the front of the hip. Their job is to bring the leg up. We use them when walking because they're the ones that swing the leg forward. So again, they can become tight, and when they get tight, they don't necessarily cause hip pain, but they do cause problems in the lower back. So if you have lower back pain, this is a good stretch for many people with that problem. So this stretch is simple. We're going to go down onto one knee like this, and the knee on the floor is the one that's going to be stretched, or the leg that's going to be stretched. The knee is resting on the floor. We're going to sit up tall. Now all we're going to do is squeeze our buttocks together and roll our pelvis slightly underneath us, as if you're trying to push your pelvis forward. Now I can feel that stretch already. The stretch should be here at the front of the leg with the knee on the floor, and we're just going to hold that contraction of the buttocks again for 30 seconds. And then once you've done that side, you're going to swap over. So one knee up, one knee down, contract the buttock, tuck the pelvis underneath, keep a nice tall posture and hold for 30 seconds. Now, if you can't see it from that angle, I'll show you from a different angle. So again, we're going to have one knee down, one knee up. Start with a good posture, squeeze your bum and just roll your pelvis underneath you, as if you're trying to tuck that tail between your legs. Holding with that stretch there. It's a lovely way to stretch the hip flexors, and many people report that their back feels a lot easier after they've done some of these. So all of these stretches before and after you walk, best time to do it, and it's really going to make a difference to how long and how far you can walk for. So those are my 5 favorite stretches for walkers over the age of 50. I hope that video has been useful for you. If it has, please do drop a comment below, because I love reading your thoughts. And if you want to get more from me about how to stay fit, mobile and healthy in your 50s and beyond, you can grab a copy of my book using the link on Amazon below. It's called Thriving Beyond 50, and it will give you loads of tips just like this video. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your time, and I'll speak to you on the next video.